Alright, guys. I'm kind of chilling right now, so excuse me. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and go for episode 3. Oh, excuse me. Which one is it? There it is. The one that eludes me, guys. Let's get ready. Sunday night gaming. Sip on my coffee. The Suzuki and the Honda are matched for handling. The Honda has an advantage by 1 point on braking power. This 3-cylinder. I like this 3-cylinder. I don't know if I've even tried this one. I might have recently unlocked it and then now it's available. Let's give it a run. Alright, so after this, I will have tried all bikes that are currently available for this challenge, for this race. I have used a different version of the F3 in a different little challenge campaign, and I definitely liked it. Right now, the 3-cylinder F3 is one of my dream bikes in real life. I've looked at them. I like that red Rosso F3 Rosso. I think it's claiming something like 140 horsepower, and it's really compact from what I remember, and the weight, I think it's stock with license plates and turn signals. I think wet, ready to ride, they're claiming like under 400 pounds. That sounds pretty amazing. It's 140 horsepower too. I think that's definitely pretty high for a super sport class, and it's obviously not a 600. It obviously has an advantage because it's a 675 triple. So I don't know, plus or minus if that evens out. Minus 1 cylinder, but plus, close to 100 cc's. I feel like I am experiencing somewhat of a lack of braking power so far. I feel like this would be pretty magical to ride 140 horsepower. Oh my god. It was sub 400 pound. Obviously, Superbike's 1000 cc's pretty much boast those numbers. Competition leader bikes are definitely not that much heavier. They're still right above 400 pounds stock usually, and obviously, depending what leader bike you're talking about, they definitely put out 160 on the low end. all the way up to over 200 horsepower nowadays if you got something exotic. But the compact, lightweight dimensions of the MV Agusta with 140 horsepower definitely, just on paper, sounds like an amazing ripper. Sounds like quite the experience. So in episode 1, I did mention briefly that I do ride in real life. I started pretty young. I definitely have lots of experience riding. But I'm not. When I said earlier in episode 1 that I grew up riding dirt bikes, I mean just that. I'm not trying to brag or sound cocky at all. I definitely have a lot of experience on a two-wheel machine, but I'm not claiming to be a motocrosser or anything like that. I rode trail bike rider, but I do love going fast. Biggest street bike I've owned out of my personal bikes, not friends' bikes or anything like that, but I had I think it was the 2008 Honda 599. It's got the old F3 engine from the 90s that Honda put into a naked frame. I'll edit a picture of it in here, but I love that bike, definitely. Out of all the bikes that I have owned personally, it definitely remains my favorite. A lot of good times on that bike. Uh, I rode that bike to college through Angeles Crest Canyon, back and forth 2 times a day, weekly, riding the classes. I got pretty insane canyon riding back then. Back then, I was definitely on point. Fuck, I'm gonna just to go. Let's just take it. Let's just see what this lap does. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where to put myself on the spectrum of street riders. I think I'm definitely maybe smack dab in the middle. I think a lot of street riders, when it comes to the sport bike, super bike world, I think a lot of people ride way too crazy. I've never been into massive group rides or street takeovers, and I don't believe in riding with the extra crazy death wishes. So in that respect, I consider myself somewhat conservative street rider. But also growing up riding in California, I love splitting lanes. I definitely love going fast, so I'm sure a good amount of people would still consider me, like, if they saw me riding or saw how I ride, especially by myself with no passenger or anything. I'm sure a lot of people would be like, "Oh, he's crazy. That's an insane person. Call the cops." You know what I'm saying? Some Karens. But on the spectrum of riders, I'd say overall, I'm probably like a middle of the road. on craziness level, conservative level. Yeah. So all these bikes, I don't know. Can I just not do better than that? It doesn't matter what bike I play with. I'm running 7 flats. Anybody watching this, if you play this game and you've beat this challenge, post your video, man. Let me see. Let me see how you did it. Let me see what bike you used. I've officially tried every bike available. I might go see. It doesn't even give me the dealer option to go buy a different bike, but I might go try to buy one of the Kawasaki 600s. Yeah. I could feel the G-forces on my turn. I love railing it in first. Double downshifting and railing a corner in first, just pegging the rev limiter. Keep it together. Let's see. Let's try to land a better lap. Let's try to land another 650 at least. So I'm gonna try to stay focused here, but let's see. Let's finish the conversation. My biggest bike was that old Naked 600. I love that bike. I rode that bike cross country from California to Salt Lake City, Utah back in the day. I racked up warrants on that bike. I had warrants in California, Arizona, Utah, and Nevada, going back and forth from California to Salt Lake City, Utah on that bike. Cost so much money to get my license back. They were really just unpaid speeding tickets. I didn't get caught doing anything crazy, and I wasn't that crazy of a rider on the street. But unpaid speeding tickets is definitely all it takes. Miss your court date, they'll give you a warrant. Let's see here. So anyways, my second personal bike in my name that I own was my CBR 300R. Haha, legend. That's right, I said 300R. I downgraded in price and performance massively about let's see, I bought that bike brand new in 2017. I just needed a commuter. My credit score was pretty bad, so I was aiming low on price. You really can't beat those little bikes for commuting. For multiple reasons too. Living in an apartment, didn't have a garage, so that bike lived outside. I just parked it outdoors all the time. And especially in Los Angeles, you can't have a nice expensive bike and leave it outside. You just can't. It's gonna get stolen. So definitely, you can sleep easier having an economical bike if you're in the type of situation where you gotta leave it outdoors, park it outdoors at work. It's just more peace of mind than if you got your dream bike, an expensive $10,000+ bike, and you gotta park it outside. That's definitely cringe. So that's one of the reasons I got an economical cheap bike, and also it was just a commuter, insane gas mileage. A lot of people I met at the gas station, they see you on a 300 small bike, and they assume you're like a newbie. You get funny comments like that. You're like, "Oh, you'll step up soon." Blah, blah, blah. I remember when I had a little bike. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, man. Like this isn't my first bike, and I guarantee I have years more experience than whoever was telling me such little comments. But come on, let's do it. Let's go sub 7. Let's go sub 7. Oh, that's 6:59. That was real slow coming around that corner, but we did it. Half a second. 0.593, but we beat 7 finally for the first time since I got back on this challenge. But it's so funny getting those comments riding around on my little 300. I didn't care. It never got to me at all. People don't know. People don't know who you are. I still have my 300. I might be selling it soon. That bike has been what's the word? What can I use? It's been the best investment. So that was my second bike, and that bike was the best financial transportation investment I've made on any of the cars or trucks that I've owned. The value that I got commuting so many miles, saving so much money on gas, so much miles per mile. Definitely love that bike. Maintained it myself, very little problems with it. Those things will top out over 100. That thing tops at about 105. My 599 Naked 600, I topped that thing out multiple times, just over 140. Claims that bike would do 160, but I never had enough open road to really hold it open that long. That's the kind of down-tuned naked street bike version of the F3 engine. I also had the California model, which has a little bit more emissions equipment than the same model from other states. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but it was still plenty get up and go for me. I rode that bike pretty much cross country, like I said, all the way out to Utah from California. You know, people will tell you, like, oh, you need a big bike. You need a big bike to ride cross country. Bullshit. You just need to be a man. But it's doable. It's smooth, too. A Honda inline 4, are you kidding me? You don't need a bigger bike. It might be more comfortable on a bigger bike. But if you're young, I was in my 20s when I did that. Oh, I fucked up my flow right there. Should have kept it leaned over. I lost a lot of speed on that corner too. Let's see. Can we go a little bit deeper into the 650s? I dig the concept of the F3, man. I've never ridden a triple. I like the concept of the Triumph triple. Is that a 785 now, the RS? Not even the RS, but just the... Oh dear. Any version of the Street Triple is very appealing to me. Oh, well, how'd I get a penalty? Let's rewind. Let's see, was it this corner? Let's just do this again. Oh yeah, I'm definitely interested in trying out a triple someday. If I ever hit it big financially, that F3 Rosso is definitely my current kind of dream bike. I think MV Agusta is probably one of the most exotic names. I put MV Agusta above Bimota in ranking of exotic bike. It seems like Bimota has history of using Japanese engines in their specialty Italian frames. And I think Bimota probably has always been somewhat possibly on a more exotic pedestal. But for me, it kind of kills it, the fact that they never really run their own engine. Or, well, at least not in a long time. They've put Suzuki engines in their Italian frames. Now they're putting Kawasaki engines in their Italian frames. And I know they've also put the BMW 1000R engine in their frames before at a different point. So they're kind of a power plant slut. I mean, I don't blame them. But for me, it kind of kills the vibe a little bit. Singing along. It'd be great to get a little bit more. Ooh, damn! I tapped 180 right there. Let's see what happens. New speed record on the back straight. I gotta clean up this turn for a good finish. Let's see what happens. Triple downshift. Locked up the rear. Oof, it's gonna be the same. Kind of a slow digging off the line. Oh man, a little bit slower. All right there on the end, I'm sure. Okay, let's make some adjustments to the bike. This might be a little bit of a longer episode. I'll stop writing. Finish the session. Let's go. Let's make some adjustments. I think I might keep messing around. Look at that trellis frame. Triple 675 triple trellis frame. Exotic Italian Envy Augusta. I like everything about it. I just can't help myself either. I gotta go. I'm gonna go to the garage or the dealer. Let's go to the dealership. Husqvarna. Look at all these makes. Look at all the makes and models in this game. I can't get a triumph in this on this challenge. Who the hell is Kawasaki? Did I miss Kawasaki? So they don't have an R4 bike, but can I buy a stock 600? Is there a 600 that I don't have yet that maybe I can build? Okay, so we got this older one. We got the, and I have that in my garage too. There's no way to turn that into a Ninja ZX6R. Man, look at this one. This is the ugly one. I don't know what was this, 08? The KRT edition. Oh, do I not have that one? Ooh, look, there's an R4 race modification available. Look at that. I knew there had to be a Kawasaki we could get in here, man. Well, that's the one. Let's do it. Got $1 million of credits. Buy any bike I want. Wonder how crazy would it be to have this many bikes in your garage. Look, how many bikes do I have in here? It doesn't even tell you, but so many. I unlocked so many bikes and purchased so many bikes already. How much space? How big of a garage warehouse would you need? Somebody show me if somebody's watching this and they got video or pictures of a massive private collection. Let me see. Share the link. Let's go ahead and do the... Oh, I couldn't do it right there. I was going to do the R4 upgrade. Oh, well, let's just go to the career and let's do it right there. I'm going back and forth, guys. I'm sorry. I was going to continue modifying the F3, but... Let's see what this looks like. What is it? Another 78 grand? Woo! Look at it. So that's awesome. This Let's check this thing out for a second. Let's just look at it. This can bring me to my third, final, and current personal bike part of the story. Last year in 2023, I picked up that new Ninja ZX4RR. Is my latest, that is my third and latest personal bike currently in my stable. I still have the 300, I still daily the 300. The 400 right now, the Ninja ZX4RR is currently in storage. Miles on it, and then I had to put it in storage before I moved, and I didn't bring it with me. But I'm diehard Honda guy, if I didn't already say that, but I've been loving everything Kawasaki's been doing with the Ninjas lately, and all of them, from the 1000 and all the way down to the new 400. But let's go try this thing out, and then tell you the story. I was at work, and I was reading the article from Motorcyclist magazine that's no longer in print. Very sad. So I was reading the online edition article where they're talking about the ZX4RR, the 400cc inline 4 cylinders coming out, and it's coming to the States. And I probably have a screenshot somewhere. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but that bike was, the article came out in February saying that that bike is coming to the States, and that article was only up for like 6 hours or something like that. Like, they dropped that article in the middle of the night. I was at work in the morning, probably like 8 a.m., reading that article, sipping some coffee. And I called my local dealer, my favorite local dealer, on my lunch break. And I put down a $500 deposit. I was like, "Are you guys getting them?" They like the representative on the phone, the salesman. You know, he was happy to talk to me about taking my money, taking a deposit for a bike they don't even got yet. But he like barely knew what I was talking about. He was like, "I've heard of it. I don't know when we're gonna get them. Like, we don't even have a date, etc., etc." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sure. Like, but I know, I'm confident that I'm gonna want that bike. So take my money right now." And they were happy to. I believe I was like top one of the first 5 people to take delivery of that bike in California when it came out last year. They finally took delivery of that bike April. So I put that money down in February, and April 28th I got a phone call. They got the bike. They're gonna put it together, and then it would be ready for pickup. So I think it was April 30th. Or May 1st that I took delivery. I had mine. I'm just all over the place right now. And that thing's awesome. I put 500 miles on it before I put it in storage. What a road bike it is. Quality. A lot of people, I've seen all the videos. Like I said, most of the time it's been in storage, so believe me, I watch all the content that's available for that bike, wishing that I had it with me and that it wasn't in storage. But everyone's critical of the price for, for it being a smaller bike. but I'll definitely say that um, it is quality. People say the price is not justifiable for what it is, and I definitely understand that. I get that sentiment, and I'm not arguing with nobody, but it's a quality bike, hands down. I want to tune it because the one we got here in America is super detuned. We only get 50 horsepower. The bike is capable out of the box with just a ECM tune of like close to 80. Stock pipe ECM tune, people are getting easily 79 horsepower out of that bike. Um, and what attracted me to that bike too is that it's a four cylinder. It's an inline four. If you don't get that, if you don't love the fact that it's a four cylinder, then you don't understand the appeal of that machine. Then that's it, you know. But if you love screaming small displacement inline fours, then you get it. You get why people would want that bike and love that bike. Um, I support that they built that awesome thing and they brought it to the States in current times where everyone's coming out with economical inline twins. You know, oh, finally somebody broke the mold and gave us a newly developed screaming inline four. And yeah, we can still get the 600s over here in the States. Um, for a similar price. Goddamn book. And, oh, it's fucked me out. Excuse my language. And, you know, blah, blah, blah. So many reasons why it's not justifiable, but I love it. I support what Kawasaki did there. I can't wait to get the tune and rip on it some more. So also my history of street bike riding. I've never done a track day. I love canyon carving in California. And going fast, but track day is definitely still on my to-do list. Oof. I don't know. Let's see what this bike does. I feel like all the options in this category are the same, you know? Big surprise. I don't think I'm pulling my best lap right now either. No more excuses. I'm gonna have to get dedicated on one of these machines, start messing around with the bike settings, and try to get serious about finishing this challenge. 76, 77, 78. Ooh, Kawasaki. The F3 was able to pull off 181 on the downhill coming up. But this Kawasaki also did really well. Look at that, 180. Okay, 180. '56, '57, '58. Look at sub 7 on my first lap, so I'm not mad. I am not mad. let's finish the session. Let's go see what I can do. Oh, excuse me. Can I get any performance? Nothing, huh? Nothing changes. You can pick different wheels, but it's not going to give you a better stat. I'm still going to run the Blackstones. And let's go white. Just so everybody knows I'm running custom wheels. It's brand new, but let's change the oil anyways. Why not? Okay, let's run it. I think I got every bike for this category now. I'm not going to buy or do anything else. We tried them all. I'm going to mess around with some of the settings, some of the setup. Let's go increasing it gives you, look at that. Look how low the final ratio is on this. Let's go up easily, one click there. I want to go to 6th, and I want to go down. That's what I've been wanting to try this whole time. Those two little adjustments there. Everything else I'm going to leave the same. I just want to be able to get a little bit higher top speed on that last final straight. Let's see if lowering the final giving you greater speed. So we should have a taller thing, right? Yeah. Smaller gear. And then we went up a 2 on the final. More acceleration. Not gonna overcomplicate it. Let's get out of here. Let's go big on both of those. Oof. Let's increase just a little. One click on everything. Increasing dampening makes it more responsive but less stable. Alright, let's see, a little bit more responsiveness, a little bit of a gear change, a little bit of a control calibration. Go, ZX, go. Let's make sure we got that setup selected. So there's the setup. That was the first time we've shown the setup in a video. Let's see if that does anything for us. Oh my god. Riding like trash. Not a good showcase. Let's see what happens. Alright, crossing the line. Oh my god. We made it worse. I can't turn. I can't do the first turn. We're massive oversteer on the first corner, but let's see. The corner is always like that. It's just because that first corner comes up so quick. You don't expect a whole shot still close right after you cross the line. You cross the line and you're usually trying to. It's usually the main straight where you cross the line. So I think it just throws me off, anyways. Let's see if we're any faster. Oh my god, we're worse. Might be faster, but we're just riding worse. So that ZX4, man, I can't wait to take that thing out of storage and get back on it. I topped it out at 140, that's stock. Didn't give a damn about the break-in time, really. I've been more gentle with personally owned bikes in the past, but I've kind of read enough comments and reviews from other people that don't believe in break-in period, and that's enough for me to just not worry about it. I wasn't super banging on the gears or anything like that. I just topped it out way before break-in time. But I read some early comments on that bike where people didn't believe that it would do 140 stock. No, it definitely does. The speedometer might be off. You know, I wasn't testing the top speed with a GPS or anything like that, but oh, it'll get up there, man. That's without the tune. It's still compact and really nice in California traffic. Splitting lanes, you know, small bikes are just amazing for that. It's one of the reasons why I love my 300. Excuse me. Ooh, super fast to that corner. First gear hanging on it. Alright, so this is going to be the last lap. Can't believe I had to invest so much time in this challenge. Hopefully I get some views at least. Oh yeah, okay, that's why. The lower gearing on the final is enough to create a little bit of an oversteer condition when you get on the gas exiting the corner. It kind of makes the rear end come out a little bit more than the stock setup. And that, honestly, I should have kind of expected that a little bit. Hopefully it's not that big of a deal. I gotta learn to ride with it. I gotta compensate. I gotta be a little bit softer coming out of the corners. Retarded. A let's see if I can use it to my advantage. I'm riding retarded. I'm losing my focus. I'm making excuses. I'm gonna add to the excuses right now. I'm also getting hungry. This is definitely the last lap for tonight. Let's see, mainly, I haven't been able to get very much of a different result out of any of the other changes I made to the bike. Let's see if we get at least a higher top speed. I got a 1 second penalty. Where did I get the penalty? How far back was the penalty, guys? Nobody told me I got a penalty. I don't even know how far back that was. Damn. Alright, let's just finish this lap. Let's just finish this lap. Let's see if we get any results out of that final gear. Let's see. Let's go. Let's go. 180 before the other downhill. Let's see what happens. I'm 78. 177, 178 on the uphill. Oof, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Let's see what happens right here. 181, that's it. Not much of a difference. Wow. I am disappointed. Okay. We'll play around with settings some more. Alright. We'll call that